Hi everyone, and welcome to tonight's training, webinar, whatever you want to call it really, about Usborne Books at Home. We're going to be going through what's involved with working with Usborne Books at Home, how you can run your own business with them, make some money with them, how to unlock bigger incomes with them, and then we're going to go on to some how you get started, what you need to do to get set up and running, and we're going to follow that with a Q&A session, so any questions that you have along the way, please do ask and I will make sure I answer them all at the end if I don't see them as we go. There is a messenger box, so it's a group chat, so please post in there anything you see or have or want to speak about. If you can say hello and say where you are as well, it'd be really nice to see from where you're watching tonight, so it'd be lovely to see who logs on and where you go. So I'm going to start the presentation. We've got over 20 of you watching already, and I'm sure more are going to be joining in as we go. So a little bit about me before we go on to Usborne Books at Home. So my name is Sarah. I have been with Usborne now for 4.5 years. And I was one of those people who didn't really want a business at all. I was quite happy not working. I just joined because I had 3 children at the time and I just wanted the books cheaper. So that was my reason for getting involved. I really didn't want to do anything else with it. Just wanted the business to run my own way, really, not to do a business, just to have the cheap books. When the books arrived, I got a little bit addicted, fell in love with the books, decided to have a coffee morning to be able to sell a few of them to my friends, and they sold like hotcakes. I figured out that we could offer really good packages to schools. I was part of the PTA at school then, so I decided to give it a little bit of a go. I then went to a company gala event in the January. I joined right at the end of September, and in the January I went to this gala, and it made me really see the bigger picture, to really see the potential in the business, what it could offer and what perhaps it could do for me. Listening to these stories go up of people going up on stage, collecting awards, telling us what they've been doing and how wonderful their life was now that they've been doing this as a business, really sort of resonated with me and made me want to do it a bit more. So I went away and I decided to put a bit more effort into, a bit more time into it and see what I could do with it. And I was amazed by just how easily it fitted into my life. I was pregnant with my 4th child at the time. She arrived in the July, and yet my business still grew. And I then, moving into the next year, I decided I really, really wanted to help as many other people to have the same as what I've done. And that's sort of what drives me now. I'm very, very lucky that Usborne Books at Home now pays me a very, very good full-time income. I earn more than my husband's full-time job now. It's allowed us to go on holidays. The picture on the screen is when I took my kids to Lapland, not December just gone, December before that. It was the most expensive holiday I've ever had in my life. It came in at about $7 grand for 4 days, which was ridiculous. And I'd never, ever, ever would have been able to do anything like that before Usborne. It's just allowed me to we just bought a house. We've got back on the property market after not being on owning for the last 10 years, 12 years. So really it's completely changed my life. And as I say, for me now, it's really about helping other people, other mums, other dads, to be able to get the same as what I've done. And it does take a bit of work, but it's totally achievable for anyone. And that's what I really like about this business. It doesn't matter what qualifications you've got, what degrees you've got. I got kicked out of 6th form twice, actually. Long story, I'm not going to go into it all. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't judge where you are in life, what you've already achieved. It really is a business for everyone. So a little bit about the business. The picture on the screen is of Peter Usborne. He is the founder, and he founded Usborne Books at Home, or Usborne Publishing, in 1973. He was so passionate about books. He'd worked in books for a long time. And he really, really wanted to put his own stamp on children's books. In 1980, Usborne Books at Home began, which is the division that we work in, being able to create an income selling the books alongside the company. So it's been going a very, very long time. So many businesses like this are very new. They've not got another company behind them. They're not financially secure. Usborne has been going a long, long time. So it really is a really stable company to work with. We have over 2,000 titles in range. I think we're actually over to 3,000 now. And many, many award-winning titles, such as The Farmyard Tales, The Little Yellow Duck to Spot, I've got my little yellow duck biscuit here from the London Book Fair the other day. Hugely popular, and it's been recently completely relaunched with a whole Poppy and Sam makeover. That's Not My, anyone who's had a baby has heard of the That's Not My books. There's literally, I think, 55 of them in print now, which is incredible. And what you may not know is actually we have a whole range of fiction titles, many of which have won countless awards just for their brilliance, and schools really, really love having them in. The books themselves go from the moment a child's born all the way up to young adult. Most parents love reading the young adult ones as well, the fiction books, and the birth ones are really, really sturdy, really fantastic, and really have the child at mind. On top of the fantastic books and what Peter Usborne has created, actually our staff at head office have been up for awards and won awards as well for the support that they give us. So it really is in business with someone else, not just left on your own. So a little bit about what Peter wants a book to be. So Peter is very, very much still on hand, looking at every book that gets released. He's massive, even though he's in his 80s, he is massively involved still. Yeah, he has said that he is working till the day he dies. His daughter Nicola is a CEO of the company now. She does a lot of the day-to-day stuff, but Peter still oversees every single book that comes out. So these are the musts from Peter. They must be smiling and friendly like my mother. They must make learning fun. Attract children like a magnet attracts iron fillings. Be as funny as reasonably possible. Usually, but not always, be in a collectible series. Be vividly but harmoniously colourful. Contain as many surprises as possible. Never intimidate any child. Be international. Be exceptionally pick-upable. Be noticeable at long range. Be stylish, not be full of slabs of text, and absurd type pictures, text connections. So he really does give a lot of thought into all the books that go out, which is why they're just always at such a good quality. So what is your role if you decide to get involved with this company? Well, this is what it says in the Usborne Handbook. The role of the organiser. Usborne Publishing is respected as one of the top children's publishers in the world. Becoming an Usborne Books at Home organiser opens up the opportunity for you to share beautiful, high-quality children's books with your family, friends and wider community, and to provide that same opportunity to others who might also wish to join. As an organiser, you offer a personalised book-selling service, passing on your knowledge, passion and advice on Usborne Books directly to your customer. The value you add by promoting Usborne Books in this way and providing such highly personalised experience is what sets you apart from other booksellers. Additionally, you are able to offer free books and discounts to customers, as well as a variety of special offers and seasonal sales launched throughout the year. We also offer a lot to schools as well. So what that means to me is this. It means I get to be surrounded by loads and loads of beautiful books. It means I get to work around my family, and I get to help other families have books that they will enjoy for years to come. It means I get to help schools get free books, and create my own personal library at home whilst bringing in a good income. So really for me, it's been absolutely perfect, and it can fit around anyone's life as well. So how do we sell the books? I'm going to have a little bit of my wine. So we are not really governed on how we sell the books. We can do whatever we like, apart from eBay, Gumtree. I think they're the only exceptions. Other than that, you're pretty much free to think outside the box and sell the books however you like. So as mentioned, we sell to school and nurseries, and I'm going to cover that in a bit more detail in a minute. We can sell at home parties. That can be a coffee morning. That can be people around in the evening. However you'd like to run that. Online parties. Over the last 4 years, there's been a massive, massive shift to people doing online parties. The internet's made it so easy for people to socialise without actually having to leave their house. You can play games online, get interactive with people. People can sit at their own house in their pyjamas, having a glass of wine, seeing the books they love. You can do videos, you can post pictures. So there's been a massive rise in sort of this online socialising. At events, so they can be anything to huge book fairs, huge baby shows, to a little charity event at your church. Toddler groups, baby groups all work really, really well. So anywhere you like really as an event. I do lots of country fairs, things like that. There's quite a few country fairs around here, so I go to have a gazebo and set up and sell them there. I do a charity guide dog event. I've got parents' evening coming up in 2 weeks to attend. So you can really do any type of event you like. Like groups, so things like baby groups, swimming groups, ballet groups, sing and sign, anything you can think of. Online, using social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, again, anywhere you can think of really. Just checking to see if there's any messages coming through. It's good. Anywhere you can think of. So there really is huge potential in selling the books wherever you like. So moving on to schools and nurseries. So this is huge for us. Unlike other companies who are direct sales and are sort of always wanting you to sell to your friends, we have a whole system to work with schools. That's every primary school, every nursery, every high school in the UK and Europe. And at the end of, not last year, maybe the year before, we were less than 5% of schools we were working with. There is huge potential for growth. In fact, in the whole of Europe, there's only 5,000 Usborne organisers, and not all of them are currently active. So even if you feel like, oh, I've got a few people that live near me who already do this, it is certainly not a saturated field. There is so much potential in this business still to come, and we're so excited to know that so many more people are going to get involved and so many more schools are going to benefit from this. So before you can officially place a school order, you can work with schools up until this point, but officially give them all the discounts that we can offer. You have to have placed 6 £120 orders. From that point, you'll be called an established organiser. It just means that head office feel that before you work loads and loads with schools, you should have a little bit of an understanding about the books, and by having placed 6 £100.20 orders, you would have hopefully attended 6 sort of events and really started to understand the business. That doesn't mean you can't work with them or do a parents' evening or something before. It just means you can't offer them the 60% free books, which we can offer. So schools can place orders directly for the books. You can attend their parents' evenings. You can do something called a community book pledge. This is where you communicate with local businesses to take donations to get books into the school. You can also do parent donations, so you can run like a book fair where the parents will buy a book for the school as well as a book for themselves. And again, money comes in and Usborne give a percentage of free books on top of that. You can provide a book fair, and you can hold something called an RSR or an RSL, which stands for a Ready Steady Read or a Ready Steady Listen. These are our biggest events with schools because they involve no work for the school at all, because we provide it all. It's a sponsored read, so we provide the death templates, the certificates, the reading logs. All the children get sponsored by their parents, by their family, by their friends to read as much as possible over a set period of time, usually a week. The school collects in all the donations, and we give up to 60% of free books on top of that. So the way school orders work is we give 10% up until orders of £250. Between £250 and £600, we give an additional 30%. And if the school have raised 600 or more, we give a huge 60% of free books, which means if a school has a £600 order or they raise £600, they get £960 worth of books to their school. So it's massive. So not only are we helping schools get books, we're also making commission on those large orders as well. So it really is a fantastic way to run your business without having to feel like you're constantly talking to your friends and family. So what are the incentives? So another thing that really got me when I started this company is the incentives they've got to help you get going in your first 12 weeks. They are your kit boost, your kit refund, your recruiters award, and your double promotion bonus. Other incentives is they do a business development program and a travel incentive that we're going to cover later as well. But I'm going to quickly go through these. So what your kit boost is if you have sales of £360 or more in your first 3 weeks, you get an extra kit sent through the post with extra books for you worth £50 or more. So that really is another £50 worth of books for you for free, really adds to your kit. fantastic and really, really achievable, actually. I think for me, I was like, there's no way I'd hit that. And then my first coffee morning took £287. And I took the books into a coffee morning at school and got another £100. And I was like, oh, I've done it. And it really, really surprised me. I then went on to hit my kit refund, which is £720 of sales in your first 6 weeks. So just double what you've already done. And then you get your money that you invested for your kit back into your bank account. So your business then is pretty much a free business that you started. In 9 weeks, if you bring on 2 team members, you get what's called your Recruiters Reward. This is a really special training group run by head office. So it's your first time really you get to meet the head office staff. We've got people at head office who are there purposely to help us grow our businesses. So I've just seen a question. If a school places an order, can we still offer the 6% free books on top? Yep, yeah, if a school places an order, you can absolutely give 60% of free books on top. It doesn't have to be a sponsored read. It can be a book fair. Any order that we place for a school can have the 60% books on top. Also, if they don't want the 60% books on top, we can give school orders a 30% discount instead if they don't want the free books. So yes, the Recruiters Award is a really fantastic group run by head office. We do have a lady called Sue Pittman, who is our business development leader, and she works really closely with team leaders and organisers to help us grow our businesses the best that we can. So that's a really fantastic group to be part of. Moving on, and this is the one that everybody should be aiming for, your double promotion bonus. You get a £240 cash bonus into your bank. And you get a promotion to team leader. So to do it, you need to promote to team leader in your first 3 months. It says 12 weeks, but it actually works out you've gone until the end of the month after your 3rd month. So say you joined in January, you'd have until the end of April. So if you joined today, you'd have April, May, June, you'd have until the end of July to hit your double promotion bonus and get your 240, which is brilliant. And the money is fantastic and obviously really, really helpful. But you also get gold membership to the business development program, which is fantastic. So what the gold of the business development program is all the things listed on screen. So you get free postage, you get event leads sent out by head office. So schools who have directly contacted head office, or events that have directly contacted head office and said we'd like an organizer or someone to come to our event, they get handed out. New team members who get to sign up directly to head office get handed out to people in gold. You get free leaflets, you get fantastic online training, you make lots of new friendships. But going back up to the top is you get Leadership Academy, which has just changed to be 2 nights away instead of 1 night away and 3 days away in a really nice posh hotel. So the picture on the screen is of Heathrow in Oxford, which is where it normally is, but we've just moved to somewhere outside Daventry, Staventon Hotel, which is equally as posh, and it should be fantastic. So the next one of those is in June. So anyone who's promoted to team leader up until the end of next month, and we're going to have a few people promoting this month, and I know there's lots of people looking to promote next month, we'll get to go to this amazing hotel. We'll have 3 days of training and 2 nights away, all the food included, use of the spa, just a really, really fantastic time. The last day of those 3 days is an event called Dream Bigger, which is completely new. They haven't done it before, and that's open to everyone in Usborne. So even if you join and you don't make it into the next Leadership Academy, you can come along to that Dream Bigger and have that day there to learn, to be around other Usborne people. I find it really, really difficult to get over just how brilliant Leadership Academy is. I think it's one of those things that until you experience it, you just can't quite get it. But honestly, it's fantastic. So how do you get there? How do you become a team leader and get those amazing benefits? You have to have 4 active team members. There's a mistake on here, that should be 1800. I apologise for that. So an active team member means there's someone who's joined your team and have placed a £120 order that month. Between you, you need 1,800 in volume, and it needs to be within a month. Sounds quite difficult. Actually, it's really not that difficult. Once you start having a few people in your team, the amount you sell really, really stacks up between you. Yep, so enjoy your extra income, promotion bonus, ticket into gold, which is what you get when you get there. When I went to the gala, that's the message I really got, is I wanted to come away and try and become a team leader. So what can you earn? So we earn 24% on all orders we place. So every book we sell, we make 24% on. Whenever we place a £120 order, we get a percentage of free books. It's 20% in your first 6 weeks, and it goes down to 10. Those free books that we sell, we make 100% on. We get a half price title with each order. Again, we make 50% on. And your schools and nurseries, because they get such a large amount of free books, we make slightly less commission at 20%. But when schools are normally bringing in sort of £1,000, that's still a £200 chunk. We also, from day one, if you get a team member, you start to make 6% on your team members' sales straight away as well. There's no having to get to a certain level before you earn off your team. It's extra money that's there for you straight away. As a team leader, you earn all of those stuff, but an additional bonus, you earn 5% on your entire team. So that's not just the people you've personally brought into your team, but if they have team members underneath them, it doesn't matter how deep they go. If you're in your personal team and no one's promoted out to team leader, you keep getting 5% on them. And it's an extra 5% on yourself. So you almost are pretty much making 31% in your sales now instead of 24. You're also making 11% on your team members instead of the 6%, and you're getting that 5% on all your other team members as well. So it really, really can start to add up. Another sip of my drink. So wanting to earn more really is when you start to bring people onto your team. You can absolutely make a really fantastic income with this business just selling the books. There's some huge earners who literally work with schools, do 2 or 3 schools every month. Some do more, and they literally earn thousands each month just by working with schools. So don't feel that you have to build a team or get people onto your team, but it can really, really, really up your earnings when you start to do that. So here's an example of what a team leader can earn. So as a minimum qualifying team leader, which is you place your own £120 order, your rest of your team do 1,800. It breaks down, you can see the percentage, but you earn £219.60 a month into your bank. Lovely. If everyone's doing a bit more and they're doing double that, you get £558.20. If your team do 3,600 a month, you get an extra productivity bonus of £120. So that really does bump it up. If you have a team leader underneath you as well, you get an extra £216, bumping your wage up to £774.30. So you can see how quickly you can start earning extra money by having some people in your team. Moving up the ladder is the next promotion. Oh, I've gone too fast. Is your group leader promotion. This means you've got 2 team leaders underneath you. You've still got your personal team, and they've both got a personal team. Everyone hitting the minimum, you start to earn £494.70. If everyone does double what they need, you're up to £991.20. That's nearly an extra £1,000 in your bank account each month. I'm sure for most people that makes a massive difference, and I have to say that was my aim when I decided to make the business a bit bigger and decided to go for it. I wanted to earn £1,000 a month. The next step is your divisional leader, which is when you have 4 team leaders underneath you, all with their own teams. It won't ever look like this. You'll have people coming down here, they'd have like 20 people, some will have 3 people, and it will look a bit messier than that. But everyone doing the minimum, you're earning £1,250.40. Everyone doing double what they need, you're earning £1,999.20. Pretty much £2,000 in your bank account every month just by helping a few people to join and become team leader. Really, really, really does build your income very quickly. Executive leader, this is our top level within the company. This is the level I am at now. It took me just over 2 years to become a team lead, an executive leader. So doesn't have to take a long time. It means you have 8 team leaders underneath you or more. I think I'm up to like 13 or 14 first line team leaders, and they all have teams underneath them. And as I say, you'll end up with team leaders under other people as well. So as a minimum, with everyone doing the minimum what they need, you will earn £2,042. As doubling that, you will earn £4,411. but you can earn more. Sorry. So I'll show you this. This was my earnings. I was given this at one of the galas in November 2000. It says on it 2015. So this was my second year in Usborne. No, my first. Yeah, I've been doing it a year and 1 month at this point, and my earning was £697.24, and I was really quite pleased with that. That paid for me to take my children and my husband to Butlins Winter Wonderland just before Christmas, so I was really impressed. However, a year later, and I promoted up to executive leader, it was £7,334.33. The year after that, it was just under 9 grand. The year after that, it was just under 10 grand for 1 month's work. So it really, really can add up very, very, very quickly, especially when you come to this level. So the ones I've shown on here are actually very modest. I can't remember the last time I actually earned less than 4,411. Not for a long time. Maybe last January, not the January just gone, the one before, I can't remember. So they're definitely not unrealistic figures if you're at that level. Okay, so you won't remember all of that. It was just to try and give you an idea of how the earnings do grow and how you can earn more, because one of the biggest things I get asked from people is, I don't see how I can make money other than by selling lots and lots of books. It's like, well, actually, if you work with building a team, together you're selling all the books. And we sold over £1 million worth of books in this team last year, which is just insane to think of that amount. But it's because everyone is working together doing their own little bit. One of the other incentives, which is my favourite incentive, is the travel incentive. So in 2016, I got to go to Las Vegas, which was just, no, 2017, I got to go, I qualified in 2016, I got to go in 2017, so that's me at the Grand Canyon, wearing a dodgy hat because I really suffer from sunstroke, so I had to keep in the shade, which was just incredible. Vegas has been somewhere I always wanted to go, and I absolutely loved every second of it. Last year we got to go to India, that's the Taj Mahal in the background, which was just fantastic, and I got to take 5 of my team with me as well, which was just brilliant. So excited to be able to experience it with team members. And then on Tuesday this year we fly out to Helsinki in Finland, and then get a Baltic cruise over to St. Petersburg for the travel incentive this year, which I cannot wait for. I've just started to get my suitcase out and try and work out what I need to pack. And I'm actually quite pleased not to have to worry about the heat this time. That said, next year it's Cuba, and I'm really, really excited to go to Cuba because a beach holiday just sounds wonderful. So yeah, all these are paid for by the company. They're fantastic extra bonus. They're open to everyone to achieve. Really, really, I never thought I could do anything like this. You know, someone said, oh, one day you can achieve travel incentives. I'll be like, no, they're just for the people who like work insanely hard, or, you know, have got these wonderful degrees or know how to run a business. I'm not. I'm just an ordinary mum of 4 in a chaotic house who's just muddling my way through. So I know for a fact everyone can achieve these. Anyone can. If I can do it, absolutely anyone can. So how do you get started? It's really easy to get started with Usborne Books. You register and you get a kit sent out of books worth £150. I do have some of the books here. So you get things like You Peep Inside Sea, really wonderful book for children. You get a magic painting book, one of our really fantastic sellers. Really, what they're designed to do is, the kit gives one of the books in each of our best-selling range. This is one of our pullback busy books. It has a track and a car that goes around it. You get some fiction in there as well. So it has really one of everything in our best-selling ranges. So you've got the perfect kit to be able to go out and show other people. It is worth over £150, and it also comes with a booklet to help you get started, your leaflets, your order forms, and your full catalogues. It costs just £48. It's hugely, hugely discounted. As I say, it's the reason I joined was because I was going to place a £60 order, and I went, oh, hold on, I can get a whole kit for £48. I'll do that instead. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It boggles me how everyone just doesn't join just to get the books and then they decide whether they want to do the business afterwards. But it's such good value. So what's the benefit of a £120 order? So it's a bit of a strange order, this. So we place our orders in bulks of 120 because you get cheaper postage, you get your 20% in free books, you get a free host book, a half price title, a half price any book if you put a future event, and they count towards you unlocking your incentives in schools. So if you get started, it's much better to place your orders in bulks of 120. It just works out so much better for you. Do you know where I can get a Raya rack from? Oh, these ones. I know exactly what you mean. I mean those for events. Mine was given to me by an ex-organiser very randomly at a party I went to. But I think if you look on eBay or Gumtree or Amazon, you should be able to find the racks. They are really handy for events and not very expensive. What's the catch? So a lot of people may be watching this and going, okay, that sounds great. I love books. I want to go out and sell them. But what's the catch? So I've tried really hard to try and think of everything I could that could be thought of as a catch. So here they are. You need to work for your business to work. It's not a magic box of books. It's not going to turn up at the door and suddenly start paying you £1,000 into your bank account every month. You have to go out. You have to find customers. You have to find events. You have to find team members. It's not hard to do, but you have to do it. It's simple as that. The other one is you have to pay postage until you get in gold and you're a team leader. The books are heavy. The postage is massively discounted actually from head office and what it should cost. We pay a small amount towards, I think it's £5.50 for orders under £120 and £4.50 for orders over. So it's not a huge cost, especially if you went to a post office for a box of books and said, send these to me, it would be loads. We pay a £2 towards our free books. So the percentage of free books that you get, we pay £2 towards, just because that's the only way the company were able to offer that many free books. Once you've ordered your kit, you have 12 weeks to place a £120 order or orders totaling £120. The reason being is that kit is so heavily discounted that what they don't want is just thousands of people joining with no intention of doing it as a business. So they have to have that clause in there. So you're at least going to try the business and do it as a business and place an order. Sometimes a very few books would appear cheaper elsewhere. So occasionally Smiths might have a special offer. The book people might have a special offer, or something like that. Sainsbury's occasionally have a special offer. We can offer our party host books for free, which is better than any discount. And we have our own special offers as well. And we have the whole range. There's no other shop in the UK that can give the whole range of Usborne books. And it's one of those things, I actually love that our books are available elsewhere because it means everyone knows our brand. We never, ever have to like push our brand and tell people how brilliant they are. People will come up to your stall and go, oh, I love Usborne books. My little girl had That's Not My Fairy, used to read it every single night, or I used to find the duck, or we had the sea inside body. So it can be frustrating at times because occasionally some people will say, oh, well, I found it cheaper somewhere else. And you have to go, well, okay. But actually what that does is it gets our branding out there that really does help us. So that's the only things I could think of what the catch is. First steps, almost spilled my wine. Set a goal and know what you're working towards. That could be financially, that you want to earn a certain amount a month, that you want to be able to leave your job in 2 years, that there's a car you want to buy. It could be that you want to be able to create a library for your children at home, so it's about getting books into your own house. It could be that you want to feel success or recognition for yourself. So just know what it is you love. I have to say, I'm a sucker for the recognition. I love working for a company that acknowledges me. I wonder if I can turn the laptop around actually. I have got on my wall over here loads and loads of postcards and letters and things from head office and other colleagues and people in the business who it just values your worth, and that to me really excites me. Don't wait to get started. We all have fears and worries in our head. Just get stuck in. Even before your kit arrives, you can get going. Set up your social media channels, get a home party or launch booked in, start finding places to take the books to, and start finding team members. So what do we offer you? Why should you become part of our team? Obviously, you've seen all the company benefits, but on top of that, we offer a lot of stuff as well. So we offer experience. As I say, I'm an executive leader within the business. I've been doing it 4.5 years. I have learned a lot and seen it all within that time. I offer you all that experience to you. Training. So the picture on the screen was our January training day. There were 60 odd people in the room. It was absolutely mind-blowingly good. There was different trainings being done by different leaders throughout the day, and it was just really was brilliant. And that was at a really nice hotel as well, and you could stay over and use the spa if you wanted as well. So it's all about getting together, having some fun, learning at the same time, gaining from other people's experience. I loved it. Next, we've got a little training coming up in May is the next one, and then a bigger one in September, which is going to be amazing. And then we're doing the January one again. But on top of that, we do trainings like this. This is going to become a new regular thing. I'm really hopeful for that it's going to be every fortnight or every week. And hopefully we start to run by different leaders as well. So you always have somewhere you can bring your potential new team members to, so they can learn about it, and your new team members too. There's also trainings in our Facebook group, and I have a YouTube channel full of trainings, full of information. It's pretty much anything you need to know how to do. I can send you a video link of how to do it. Motivation. We are all here to help you. No one's doing this business for themselves, really. It's all about helping the other people get started. So my massive driver now is to be able to help as many people have the income that I've had, doing the same thing, and still be at home for their children. My children come first in everything. So I'm there for school assemblies. My eldest is actually off school at the moment. He's suffering really bad anxiety and not getting through the front door. So I'm actually back to having him at home full time. My 3-year-old only goes to the nursery in the morning, so I have her from the afternoons. We have 2 ponies, which has actually been paid for by Usborne, but that takes up about 12 to 15 hours a week of my time. And we do massive trampolining sessions. So that is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a week is spent at trampolining halls, plus competitions. Yay! So it massively fits around everything else. I've lost track of what I was actually talking about. Motivation. We're all here to keep you motivated. Incentives. So as well as the company incentives, we offer fun incentives. We have a summer challenge every year to win yourself a pop-up banner that's open for everyone in the team, no matter what level you are. That's really nice and fun. We have lots of fun games, things to get involved. We always do like puzzle games and things at our meetings. It's a huge support network. So we've got over 1,000 people in the team at the moment. So there's always someone on hand. So if there's ever something you're stuck with, you literally post in the group and someone will pick it up straight away. It's really fantastic. When I first joined, there wasn't anything like that. So you sort of felt that you were sort of learning alone. Now we have this amazing network of people, which is just brilliant. Belief in you. I have seen people from every different background come into this business and achieve fantastic stuff. I know every single person can make this business amazing. So when you join, you have the belief of us in you from that moment. I know you can do it. I absolutely 100% know that if you put the work in, if you don't give up, and if you keep going with it, you would do amazingly with this business. You can't fail. So what might be holding you back? So what could be holding back is the fear of failure, the fear of not having enough time, fear of not knowing what to do, and fear of not having enough confidence. We all put these fears on us at some point. I have to say my confidence level about doing this tonight was very low. I was very nervous. I literally put in our leaders group beforehand going, I don't want to do it, I'm too scared. So, you know, we all have those moments. And, you know, part of me not having the confidence was I didn't want to fail. I didn't want to do a really rubbish job. I've got people, team members have invited their potential team to this event, and I wanted to make sure I did a good job. So in some way, I feel it can be a good thing because it makes us try and do things the best we can. But at the end of the day, if it's holding you back, you just have to get over it. You don't want to live your whole life in fear. Yes, you might fail. Yes, you might find that it's hard to fit in with time. Trust me, 2 ponies, 4 children, doing this, I had to have very, very little time. I don't actually spend much time on Usborne, maybe an hour or two a day, because it has to fit in around everyone else. So don't feel that you need to have loads and loads of time. And not knowing what to do, that's what our job is, to help you know what to do. There's always someone on hand. There's loads of information on the website. There's always something you can do to find out. And actually not knowing what to do can actually be really refreshing to people watching you, because it doesn't make you, they don't come across intimidating. So it's not a bad thing, really. I keep pressing the wrong button on my laptop. Right. So stepping outside your comfort zone is where the magic happens. So if one of those fears is holding you back, be brave, take a deep breath, step outside your comfort zone and just see where you can go with it. As people say, try and try again. Exactly. So how do you make this business a success? Mindset, believing it's possible, knowing that it's there, believing in the products, absolutely is 100% going to get you there. Ask for help. If you don't know what to do, don't just sit in the background and watch. Ask, learn, go back through the training videos, learn from the stuff that's on the website, listen to what you're being told. It's that, we have been doing this a long time. We're not going to tell you anything which is just a guess or a stab in the dark. If we're telling you to try something, it's because it's tried and tested and been done. If you're enthusiastic and excited about your new business, that's going to rub off onto people. Take action even when you don't feel like it. That was me tonight. I'm a bit tired and a bit grumpy. I was a bit like, oh, why have I booked this in? But I know it's those moments when I feel like that and I still take action. I don't cancel something or go sit in front of Netflix, or I don't just go, I'm not going to reply to people tonight. I want to watch the telly. That's when my business grows forward. That's when I come away going, oh, I'm really proud of myself. I've done fantastic. That's brilliant. So it's so key. Taking action even when you don't feel like it. I can't express enough how key that is. But you do these things, do them all, and your business will grow really quickly. Break them down and do them as you feel confident. Your business will still grow. It will just grow a little bit slower. It's completely your business, your way, though. So we're here to help and guide you and get you to the level that you want to be. But it's all about what you want. So what are you waiting for? As Richard Branson says, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes and learn how to do it later. The kit is amazing and it's just £48. All those beautiful books in your house. We're waiting for you to join our team. It's up to you. No one's going to pressure you to join. People are joining all the time. I think we've had over 50 something, maybe over 60 now join already this month. It's a fantastic opportunity for you. But if it's not for you, we don't mind. If it is, get in contact with the person who invited you to this webinar. Let them know and they will be able to help you get started. I'm going to move on now to a little bit about getting started for our new starters who have joined us here tonight as well. Feel free, if you are interested in joining, to stay on and go through that as well. If not, thank you so much for watching. Maybe we'll see you at one of these again soon. After the getting started training, we're going to go on to do a Q&A session. I'm not sure how we are for time, actually. Just check my phone. So we're doing like 50 minutes. I can talk quite a long time sometimes. So coming up to an hour isn't too bad. And thank you for sitting with me for so long, actually. I know it's all your evening that you're giving up. So it's hugely appreciated that you'll take the time to come and listen. So getting started, I decided to put this all on one screen and then just to go through it individually in a bit of detail. So send back your agreement. Once you join, you will get an email sent to you, which is your agreement. You need to print it, sign it. Oh, there's an app called DocuSign you can use if you haven't got a printer, and email a photo of it back to head office. Once you've done that, you will be active on the system and you will be able to place orders. Until you've done that, you cannot place orders or fully log into the system. So it's vital. So if you've joined this week or in the past couple of weeks and you haven't done that yet, get that sent back in. Next thing is to get set up. I'm wondering if I've got my accounts folder to hand. One of the biggest things that worries people when they get started is accounting. They panic about, what am I going to do? How do I keep my accounts and what do I do? It's really, really simple. I have a folder, and for each month I have 2 plastic wallets. They have what goes out. So this one has got some train tickets when I went down to the book fair. It's got some teas and coffees and things that this is a training day run, so it has the receipt from the training hotel receipt that I won. So anything that goes out goes in one folder. Anything comes in, so my commission, sales from books, order forms. So these are my order forms. I've been trying to sort through my accounts a bit, so I've got stuff all over the place. They go in my incoming, that goes in my outgoing, and at the end of the month you put them both in a spreadsheet, and your incoming minus your outgoing is your profit for that month. And that's all you need for your accounts. It's really, really much more simple than you think, but by getting it set up from day one, it means you're never going to have a problem with it. Social media, get a Facebook page set up, get a Facebook group set up. You need both. People always say to me, I've got one, not the other. You need both. Your Facebook page is like your shop window, so it's great for meeting new people. It's great to direct people to who you meet at events, and it's showcasing from the outside what your business is. It makes you look professional as well. Your group is your community. It's where you can build your buzz. It's where you sell the sizzle. You can do your videos. You can do your special offers, and you can really create a good community. It's like the inside of your shop. That's where people tend to do most of the buying. So do have both. Instagram is massively on the rise. Huge potential with that at the moment. The younger generation than me are all hanging out on Instagram now. So that's really, really vital. Twitter's another great one, especially if you're getting in contact with schools. So just get yourself set up. Book a launch party. So all this stuff as well, do before, if you're still waiting for your kit, you can do this now. And I have videos on, I've made videos showing how to set up a Facebook group, how to set up a Facebook party, how to use Twitter, and how to use Facebook for your business. So if you are struggling with any of that, post in our group and I will give you the links to those, and I can post a link to the whole of my YouTube channel where you can just scroll through them all. Book a launch party, massively vital. If you don't want to do it at your house, see if you can do it at a friend's house. It really is the best way to get your customers in straight away and get your first order done. Hugely. Do it online. If you really don't want to have a launch party in your house or a friend's house, do it online, but have some type of launch party. Ask your friend to host party, again, either online or offline. Start to contact baby and toddler groups. The more you get booked in, the more money you're going to make. Not every event's going to be amazing. You may go to some baby groups and not sell anything, or sell one book, and others you're going to go to and you're going to take £200-300 worth of orders. They are hit and miss, and you're just going to have to try which ones work for you. As I've mentioned already, get watching the training videos, anything you don't understand. Once your agreement's back, you can log into tools and downloads on the website, and there's a whole handbook of information. It's worth downloading that handbook and having a look through, seeing what's in there. Don't need to read it cover to cover. Some people like to read it cover to cover, but know roughly what's in it. So if someone ever asks you, oh, what's the postage to Spain? You can go, oh, I saw that there's a section in the handbook about that, and you can go back and refer to it and go, okay, so to Spain they have to pay 10% up to maximum €40, or whatever it is. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. Start to contact schools and nurseries. So lots of people, because they have to wait to be able to place their 6 orders, to be able to give schools the full benefits, they hold back from contacting schools and nurseries, whereas actually you have a bigger lead time. So it may be that you can contact a school now and they go, oh, actually in 3 months time we're having a focus on reading, or we're redoing our library, can I book you in for then? That gives you plenty of time to get your 6 orders done. So don't be scared to contact them straight away. And some nurseries and things actually are not going to raise huge amounts of money anyway, so you can use your 20% in free books with them. Start to build a team. I love team building. It is my buzz. It's my happy place. Helping other people have money in their pockets and suddenly be able to afford new things, be able to leave their jobs. It's the biggest buzz for me. And I wish I started doing it so much sooner. It's huge. The opportunity is so good for people, and actually you owe it to people to let them know that it's there. Don't just hide it away behind the book. Start telling people that actually you can have this many books free. You can have this starter kit for just £48. You know, why don't you come and do it with me? We can do some events together. So don't wait to start putting those posts out. Just get on and start doing that. Again, I've done a whole webinar before on team building and how to start bringing people into your team. So if you want the link to that, let me know. And also start focusing on that promotion to team leader. My biggest tip I give to anyone joining my business is get to team leader. Even if you're not sure about it, get to team leader, start getting the benefits from gold, and then make your decision on whether the business is for you or not. That is your first run. Everything unlocks at team leader promotion. It really, really does. And go for your incentives. That one's not on there, and it should be. You don't have to hit them, and if you try for them and don't hit them, it doesn't matter. But if you set yourself those little goals and those little targets for those incentives, you're going to start building your business a lot quicker than if you don't. So I've gone through the getting started quite quickly, actually, because I just want you to get out and do it. And because I've got videos on most of their stuff anyway, it really just does an overview. On top of that, I've missed out. Get your website set up. So again, in the group, there's a link that you click on to start setting your website up. Do that straight away. There's a messenger chat bot from me as well. If you just click on the link, it signs you up to it, and then I get messages go directly into your Facebook inbox. So if I've got something really important to say, there's a new special offer coming out, anything like that, I can send it directly out to you. So it is quite important to be signed up for it if you can. So I can't go into too much detail on here, but next month with Usborne, ready for May, we're launching something very, very, very exciting. It's a type of subscription box, and I'm not going to say anything else of that, but it's being launched through Usborne Books at Home solely. So it's going to give huge, huge potentials to us guys. So if you're on the fence and wondering, I don't know, there's something very exciting to make selling a lot easier and just so exciting coming soon. So it really is a really good time to get involved. Does anyone have any questions? And it can be about getting started. It can be about anything else, any struggles you're having this week. I know there's not just new people watching, but there's more established ones as well. So is there anything else that I can help you guys with at all?
Sarah?
Yes.
Can I have the link for building your team?
The recruiting, yes, okay. Yeah, I'll post it into the group for you, no problem at all.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Let's see if there's any other questions. I've lost my chat box. So I think, so thank you all for being part of it tonight. I've absolutely loved doing this. I'm hopefully really looking forward to doing it again soon.